Hello students. So in the last class we have completed all the basic types of signal, and I have also solved few example by using your unit impulse signal. So in this class we will study about more about your classification of discrete time signal. Classification of discrete classification of discrete time signal. The first signal we will study about, that is energy signal. A signal is said to be an energy signal. A signal is said to be an energy signal if and only if a signal is said to be an energy signal if and only if the energy is finite. This is very important. I have underlined this. If and only if the energy is finite and average power is zero. Average power is zero. The signal is said to be an energy signal if and only if the energy is finite and the average power is zero. So you have to remember this statement. This is very important, student. They will ask you in theoretical question also for 2 mark question. Define an energy signal. So how define? And a signal is said to be an energy signal if and only if the energy is finite and average power is zero. So first of all, how to find energy in digital signal? How to find energy in digital signal? So we have studied energy and power in electrical circuit. We have studied in energy and power. So for example, in electrical circuit, how find power? Power is P is equal to V into I or V square by R, or we can write power is equal to I square into R, like this. P is equal to V square by R, or we can write, or as far as in terms of current, we have I square into R. So if this R value equal to 1, this is going to give you P is equal to V square. That is known as your normalized power. When R value, resistance value is 1, this P becomes V square and this P becomes I square. So this electrical signal, V and I are electrical signal. When you square this signal, that will give you the power. And for example, differential signal, we have dP is equal to dV square, and for that we have to perform integration. So in the digital signal, how to find the energy? The question is how to find the energy. So remember, if the signal is xn, we have to square the signal as xn square and we have to take the summation. So mathematically, how to find energy mathematically? So mathematically, that was the definition. So that is the definition. A signal is said to be an energy signal only if the energy is finite and the average power is zero. So you have to check. Suppose you have a given signal is xn. Suppose a given signal is xn. Mathematically, suppose that the given signal is xn. Suppose the given signal is xn, then how to find the energy? The energy E is defined as summation. In continuous, we have to take the integration, but in discrete, you have to take summation. Remember here, in continuous, the integration becomes summation. Summation means addition. Integration becomes addition or summation in case of your discrete time signal. So summation, and that limit is varying from n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn magnitude square. Because why I am taking the mod, this is mod, xn magnitude square means energy cannot be negative. You have energy cannot be negative. That's why I am taking modulus, mod. So mod becomes, that will give you the positive value only. So energy equal to n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn magnitude square. And this value, if I calculate mathematically, and this value is finite, this value becomes, because I am taking the limit in minus infinity to infinity, but after the summation, this value becomes finite, then only the signal is energy signal. So how to check this? You have to check like this, find the energy. So how to find energy? Suppose a signal xn is given, so you have to take summation from n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn magnitude square, and if that value becomes finite, then that will be known as your energy signal. That is your energy signal. If this value is infinite, so obviously that will be giving you as power signal. So that we will see. The next signal we will study about so this is condition number 1, and for this energy signal, average power becomes equal to 0. So condition 2, average power becomes 0 and energy is finite, then that signal is known as energy signal. So now we will study about power signal. The next signal will be power signal. Then we will solve some problem on this. This is very important. In 5 marks question, they will ask you find the, they will give a signal xn and they will ask you find the power of the signal or energy of the signal. Then the next type of signal is power signal. The next type of signal is power signal. So a signal is xn is said to be a power signal. A signal xn is said to be power signal if the average power is finite, if the average power is finite, this is very important, that's why I am underlining this. A signal xn is said to be a power signal if the average power is finite and the energy is infinite. The average power is finite and the energy is infinite, then that signal is known as your power signal. Then that signal is known as your power signal. A signal xn is said to be a power signal if the average power is finite and the energy is infinite. So next question is how to calculate mathematically the power of a signal. how to calculate mathematically the power of a signal. So the power of a signal in continuous case, how you calculate power, average power, how you calculate in continuous case, just remember, suppose a periodic signal is given 1 by t 0 to t xt magnitude square dt. Like that you calculate the power of the signal. Root mean square value or mean square value, that will give you the power of the signal in continuous case. But in discrete case, this time period is number of samples. Here the time period is number of samples. So this power is equal to limit. Here capital N denote the number of samples. Capital N denote the number of samples. N tends to infinity. N tends to infinity. 1 by 2n plus 1 summation of n is equal to minus n to plus n. So here you can see minus n to a plus n, but I am taking here how many number of samples? 2n plus 1. Why? Because suppose minus 2 to plus 2. How many number of samples? Minus 2, minus 1, 0. Then we have 3, 1, 2, 5 samples. So similarly minus n to, suppose minus 2 to minus 2, we have 5 number of samples. Minus n to plus n, so we have how many number of samples? 2n plus 1, because there is 0 also. So minus n to 0, again 1 to n. So we have 2n plus 1 number of sample. Then xn magnitude square. So this is the mathematically we calculate the power of the signal, and this power is, if it is finite, then this is a power signal, and if it is infinite, then obviously this becomes neither energy nor power signal, and if it is 0, then it is a energy signal. I have written in the energy signal, remember energy is finite, power is 0. In case of power signal, power is finite, energy is infinite, not 0, energy is infinite. And if power is infinite, then it is neither energy nor power signal. Then it is neither energy nor power signal. So that 3 cases we have to remember. So here if the power is finite, energy is infinite, then that is a power signal. Always remember, if energy is finite, power is 0, then that is a energy signal. So now we will find. Now just remember these 2 formulae, so that we will find how to calculate in discrete time signal. If they give you a discrete time signal, then how to find the energy and power signal, energy and power of the signal. So now the question is, given a signal xn, that is 1 by 3 whole to the power n un. 1 by 3 whole to the power n un means 1 by 3 multiplied 1 by 3 whole to the n multiplied with a unit step signal, that is un, and then determine the energy and power of this signal xn. So first of all we will find the energy of the signal. And what is the formula? First you will have to write the formula. Sum E is equal to summation of this n is varying from minus infinity to infinity xn magnitude square. So that is the formula, xn mod square, and this n is varying from minus infinity to infinity. Then you have to put in place of xn what is given, 1 by 3 whole to the power n un. So we have to write like this, summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity 1 by 3 whole to the power n un whole square. 1 by 3 whole to the power n un whole square. Un is a unit step signal. Un is a unit step signal. That means height becomes 1. 1 square going to give you as 1. 1 square going to give you as 1. So this becomes summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. N is equal to, here we have, because this signal is multiplied with un. So un exists only when n greater than or equal to 0. So this limit now changing from 0 to infinity, because when n negative. When that means -1, -2, -3, at that time this un becomes 0, and if un 0, this product becomes 0. This product becomes 0. So the moment you see 1/3 whole to the power n un, you have to take the limit from 0 to infinity. Why? Because this un exists only when n greater than or equal to 0. Exist means un value is 1 only when n greater than or equal to 0. So for that case, this becomes 1/3 whole to the power n square. 1/3 whole to the power n square, since un is equal to 1 only when n greater than or equal to 0, and this becomes 0 when n negative. That means the negative value of summation, that is -infinity to -1, this product becomes 0, hence the entire value 0. So this summation exists from n is equal to 0 to infinity. N is equal to 0 to infinity. So now we have studied in power, that is a square whole square. That means a square, this power becomes multiplied. That is result will be a to the power 4, because 2 into 2 4. You have studied in mathematics that a to the power m whole to the power n, this becomes a to the power mn. This becomes a to the power mn. So here this becomes, this n and 2 will be multiplied. Then we have, I will write this statement, then I remove summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity 1/3 whole to the power 2n. Just I have multiplied this power 2. Then you have summation of, once again I am writing here, summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity 1/3 whole to the power 2n, which is nothing but summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity. This 2 becomes 1/3. I can write like this, 1/3 whole square whole to the power n. So 1/3 whole square means 1/9. So this becomes summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity 1/9 whole to the power n. 1/9 whole to the power n. Now I am going to, first I have to write like this, then I have to open the summation. I have to open the summation. So here we have summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity. I have to, so first I have to put n is equal to 0. So 1/9 whole to the power 0, which is nothing but 1. So directly I can write like this, 1 plus n is equal to 1, that means 1/9 plus 1/9 whole square plus 1/9 whole cube up to infinite term. 1/9 whole to the power 4, 1/9 whole to the power 5, like that up to infinity. So this is in geometric progression. This series in infinite geometric progression. This series in infinite geometric progression, that is GP, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So this is known as your first term. Suppose T1, this is known as your first term, and suppose this is T1, this is T2 second term, T3. So you have to first find, in geometric progression series you have to first find the what is the first term, that is your 1, and what is the common ratio. How to take the common ratio? You have to divide the succeeding number with the previous number. We have to divide the succeeding number with the previous number. So common ratio R is, common ratio is denoted as R, which is equal to, R is nothing but, we have to find like T2 by T1, T3 by T2, like this, T2 by T1, comma T3 by T2. That will give you, or T4 by T3, like that will give you the common ratio R. So here common ratio will be, T2 value is 1/9, T1 value is 1, so the common ratio will be or T3 value is 1 by 9 whole square divided by 1 by 9. So here the common ratio value will be 1 by 9. The common ratio value is 1 by 9 and the first term is denoted as A. So first of all I have to write the GP term. So just we have write like this, then I first write the geometric series, infinite geometric series, the generalized form of infinite, generalized form of infinite geometric progression. The generalized form of infinite geometric progression, that is the series becomes A plus AR plus AR square plus up to infinite. A plus AR square up to infinite. Then what will be the value? Then this A is your first term and R is your common ratio. R is common ratio. Then how to find? You have to divide AR divided by A. This is your first term is T1, this is suppose T2, this is suppose T3. Third term T1 is like that. So you have to divide T2 by T1. That will give you common ratio. So T2 by T1, AR divided by A. So A cancel out, R is the common ratio. Then T3 by T2, AR square divided by AR. So A cancel out, R square by R becomes R. So common ratio is R, first term is A, then the value will be A by 1 minus R, A by 1 minus R, provided this will be true only when R magnitude is less than 1. This is true only when R magnitude is less than 1, or else this value becomes infinity. Else when R magnitude is greater than 1, greater than equal to 1, when R magnitude is greater than equal to 1, this value becomes infinity. So in our case the common ratio is, in our case the common ratio R is equal to 1 by 9 and the first term is 1. So you have to see this, R is less than 1, obviously here 1 by 9 means less than 1. So this is a finite GP in series, that means A by 1 minus R. So A value is 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 9. So that becomes 9 by 8. So when you will solve this, you have to take the LCM, 9 minus 1, then that 9 will be taking as upper side, then we have 9 by 8. So energy of this signal is 9 by 8. So in the next class I will explain you the geometric progression and arithmetic progression, how this A by 1 minus R formula will be coming, we will see in the next class, and thereafter I will solve more questions on energy and finding the energy and power signal. After that I will give you some homework question to find the energy and power, and thereafter we will see another classification of signal. So thank you student. So you have to solve in digital signal processing, you have to solve more and more questions. So recommended book for you is P. Ramesh Babu. Solve all the examples and solve all the homework question, that will be beneficial for you. So if you won't solve any problem, then it will be very difficult for you to solve the question in semester examination. So kindly student, the prerequisite here is you have to go through the arithmetic and geometric progression. Just two formula you have to remember: arithmetic progression and in geometric progression, how the arithmetic progression looks like and how the geometric progression looks like, and what will be the summation value. So that will use repeatedly in your digital signal processing problems. Thank you. In the next class, I will explain you AP and GP. Thereafter, I will solve few questions on energy and power signal. Thank you.